Hey guys, Logan up season 11, episode 21 of Criminal Minds. Here we go.
Oh, no. People, when you gonna learn? The white power speak just ain't gonna fly.
Was this counting to me?
Jeff, isn't that your cat?
The hell?
2 years ago, 12-year-old Adam Morrissey vanished on his way home from school from Franklin, Virginia. At the time, he was living with his mother, who had just gone through a bitter divorce. That is when prison guards at Fletcham Correctional Center intercepted an incoming package containing the clothes both boys were last seen in.
DNA samples from skin cells found on the clothing were confirmed to match the missing boys, so we know the items are authentic.
Oh, there's dried blood on the clothes. That's not a good sign.
Who was the package being sent to?
Antonia Slade.
You don't say.
She was a serial killer kept her.
Gideon was on that case.
It says here that she lived with her longtime lover, Phil Garman, who shot himself when police arrived. They found 9 bodies, 5 girls, 4 boys wrapped in plastic, encased behind the drywall of her basement. All the victims been shot in the back of the head.
It drove Gideon
Look at the
crazy.
flowers!
She never talked about the murders after her arrest. She never explained why she did it.
Okay, I'm gonna ask the obvious question here, but do we really think these boys are still alive? Based on the clothes, I'd say it doesn't bode well.
Well, there's the timing of the package. I mean, why send it now, 2 years after the kidnappings, if the boys have long been dead?
What if Antonia's orchestrating this entire thing from behind bars?
We need to talk to her.
She's been in there for 15 years.
The FBI's coming to question you.
Well, let me tell you about Helen McGill. Victim number 4, as the police called her. She'd been living in my house a week when the poor lamb complained of a tummy ache one night. I held her hand. What is that? What are you doing? Gave her a cup of mint tea.
Think that's funny? I do, because now you won't know why the FBI's coming. And I'm keeping you in solitary at least an extra month.
It's about the package of bloody clothes from those missing boys. Send the FBI in when they arrive. You tell them I got certain requirements.
Yikes.
She claims that a groupie said we missed it during mail inspection.
Would you send a copy of her mail and visitor log to our analyst in Quantico, please?
No problem?
Does she have a lot of groupies?
More than you'd think. Yeah, every so often some sick son of a bitch shows up outside our gates hoping she'll see him.
And does she?
No,
That's-
no, other than her lawyer when she was first incarcerated. She refused to see anyone till now.
I'm Aaron Hotchner. I'm with the FBI. There are 2 boys missing in Virginia. Adam Morrissey and Jimmy Bennett. Do you know anything about them?
All work and no play makes Agent Hotchner a dull boy. She's always refused visitors until now, so why play a mind game?
Yeah,
To
honestly.
be honest, did she really have a choice with us showing up? Maybe her silence was a form of protest.
What are you thinking, Hutch?
She was writing in her notebook when I walked in, and after I introduced myself, she turned the page and wrote this.
There's an imprint of what she was writing before on that note.
Get that to the left.
You're damn, y'all are smart as hell.
I see it with my own eyes. I wonder if he feels as guilty as I do. I didn't even.
Don't beat yourself up. And don't give up hope.
I hope he's still alive. I hope you'll find a body.
I almost said it. I almost said it. I
Hope we
almost
get
said
some
it.
answers.
So, what can I do for you? Agent Giroux from the BAU?
I think you know.
She's talking to you
Tell
more
me
than
about the
she
missing
talks
boys
to
and who
Hodge.
sent their clothes to you.
Well, that's a heady subject. We just met.
So about those clothes that were sent to you.
Those clothes. Everybody's asking me about those clothes. Gets so tedious. They were sent by a zealous fan. Do you have any idea how much mail I get?
But the missing boys were
How
taken.
long have you been with the BAU?
11 years.
Are you respected as much as Agent Hotchner?
Yes.
Really? You and he are treated just exactly the same.
Other than the fact that he's the head of the team, yes.
I have no doubt in my mind that you are smarter than Agent Hotchner, so therefore you should be head of BAU. But you're not, are you? Because the world first and foremost sees you as a young, attractive woman. Am I right? Well, if I were you,
She's a badass.
I'd just stop worrying about being nice and well-liked and just take charge. I'm never gonna be released, but I would like a transfer back home to a prison in Kentucky so I can smell the bluegrass hills again.
It's not possible.
Well,
I asked for a transfer now. She never has before.
She knows she has leverage.
What if it's to escape? I mean, she had a roadmap in her cell.
Well, she'd need outside help.
Given her devotees, that isn't hard to find. She even had inside help when she tried escaping before.
Yeah, but she'd have to be communicating with somebody, and she's not doing that, correct?
I mean, there were so many mail Habrista files. Has she ever written any of them back?
No, she's only written one letter back in 2000 to the editor of a newspaper claiming libel. Apparently they claimed she admitted to killing those runaway teens, saying they were a scourge to society.
Maybe she has sent letters back, but not through official channels because she knew there'd be a record.
We need a list of everyone in the
Right.
prison who's had regular contact with Antonia.
I gotta say, it sounds pretty innocuous.
Well, one thing is certain, she's writing to someone. Her letters are leaving the prison somehow.
Something strange
How?
about this. The language feels stilted and too formal.
It could be a code.
I agree, although it's more likely a cipher with a symmetrical key.
You think you could break it?
My name is Dr. Spencer Reed. This is a copy of a letter you wrote earlier. What happened to the original?
oh my. You're not terribly bright, are you? I threw it out. It's been incinerated by now.
How dare you say
There's no
that?
cipher in it. I know what you're doing, and it won't work. You're treating us all in the opposite way that we're used to being treated because you want to throw my team off balance.
You're not a complete idiot, but I still think you look sad. Why is that?
Because 2 boys are missing.
No. It goes deeper than that. And I'm guessing you have to suppress your grief around your teammates because they aren't quite as affected. They didn't lose a protector, did they?
What about the boys?
You've lost protectors before, haven't you? This is so hard.
Shut up.
History repeating itself.
Sorry.
It's okay. Relax. This is the man you're looking for. And by the way, in case you were wondering, those boys are still alive. For how long?
What?
Wake up. Adam. You okay?
Great.
She never held 2 boys captive for a long period, though.
No, but Antonia picked up 2 boys at the same time. One of them escaped. Hector Ramon.
I had a warm bed to sleep in for the first time
in a year, but after a week or so, she changed. She'd get mad about small things. You must atone when you break them.
Pretty soon I knew she wasn't the nice lady she pretended to be.
What?
And she wouldn't let us leave.
What a freaking psycho.
3 weeks after they arrived, his friend Sam was too scared to leave with him and ended up being Antonia's last victim.
I just talked to the prison. They're looking at inmates and personnel who've had regular contact with Antonia Slade. One guard in particular, Oral Wilbur, has had more contact than anyone. He's picked up extra shifts in units where Antonia has been held, and this week he volunteered to fill in for a sick guard in solitary.
That can't be a coincidence.
I wouldn't send them if I thought they were dangerous.
Who were the letters for?
Different men. Or fans, I guess.
Why did you help her? Do you like her? Romantically?
No. Antonia has a lot of influence in the prison.
Other inmates respect her. You're also scared of her. Do you know what I think? I think there is another inmate that you do like. And Antonia protects your friend as long as you send her mail. Am I right?
John Smith. Wow.
Good afternoon. I'm FBI Agent Rossi. This is Dr. Lewis.
What is so difficult about following one simple rule?
Oh, you mean seeing us one at a time?
Yeah, sorry, that's not going to work for us anymore.
Well, I'm not surprised. Gideon said the reason she never spoke about the murders was that she was all hat, no cattle.
Oh!
How so?
Gideon thought so. Antonia was just a helper. She'd bring him victims.
Why not just admit that?
Well, she'd lose her power and mystique. That's all she has, especially now. She protects herself by making people think she's dangerous.
I should include that in my research paper on vicarious killers.
Gideon was a fool.
Don't say that.
Phil was not a pedophile. He had nothing to do with those children. I know who you are now. David Rossi. You started BAU. I read your books. You're a bigger fool than Gideon was. And Dr. Lewis? What are you, some sort of forensic psychologist? If you can get me a transfer to Kentucky, I will reveal all to you.
I don't think so. You tell us where those missing boys are, then maybe we can talk about a transfer.
Dr. Lewis, why don't you and I talk alone? I think we can work something out.
It's important for Antonia to feel dominant. She establishes this by
Yeah, she
setting
needs
precise
to be
rules.
dominant.
It means she wouldn't engage in a long-term relationship with the unsub if he wasn't submissive or detail-oriented enough to follow these rules. A loner who is emotionally dependent on Antonia and waits for her direction.
Okay, I have managed
That guy kinda looks
to
like
narrow
RFK.
down the John Smiths in Virginia from 2,780 people down to 1,900.
The guard said that Antonia wrote to different men, but what if it was the same man using different aliases?
That's possible, but it doesn't hurt to keep looking. Garcia, try single men who live alone and have a profession that requires attention to detail.
Shit.
When I was 9, and my father was still in the army, we moved to Germany. A lot of kids there had never seen a black child before. One of them was a bully who used to follow me and taunt me in the halls. I reported him to the principal, and because of that, him and two of his buddies jumped me the next day after school. And I was in the hospital for 3 days with a concussion and broken ribs.
It's a very compelling piece of fiction. I believe you lived in Germany, but I don't think that story happened to you.
All right, let's cut to the chase. I need information that only you have. So what do you really want from me?
Now there's the real Dr. Lewis. Someone who's not afraid. A version of that story happened to somebody close to you. Who was it? You're wasting time. I don't know how much longer those boys are gonna last.
Lab says the dried blood is canine and the stains are about 5 days old.
Wow.
So the unsub staged it. Was it to impress Antonia, or was it at her behest?
Well, if the unsub did it, it would be a dramatic way to get her attention. If she did it, it would be a way to get ours.
Adam's mother wanted to stay, and I didn't have the heart to ask her to leave. I figured no one's using Morgan's old office yet.
Good idea. Reed just broke the cipher.
Let's go.
I thought that Antonia had written the initial CH in my hand.
So the fourth sentence.
Exactly. When I think that proof alone will never beat faulty logic, I bleed twice. Now, if you count the letters in each word, you get a hexadecimal code, which can then be translated into characters.
Kid, just tell us what it says.
Atone full moon.
Atone on the full moon.
The full moon is tonight.
At exactly 10:36 p.m., which means we have less than 5 hours.
The unsub's gonna kill those kids.
We have no idea where he is.
In 5 hours?
You have to give her what she wants.
A transfer to Kentucky? Are you kidding me? As she's being transferred to Kentucky, could she just randomly explode?
Let's go! We're leaving!
So is this the private jet for all inmates or just me?
Well, you're not special. That's what you're asking.
I don't want you to think that I'm ungrateful for this prison transfer, so I'm going to share something with you.
Other than mentioning the Bluegrass Hills, she talked about any other connection to Kentucky.
She told JJ she grew up on a farm.
She said she wants to go home somehow.
Could that be the same farm?
The sentimental type. Why the transfer?
If that's where the unsub is, she wants to witness the murders.
That's what's happening.
What if the unsub is someone from her earlier life in Kentucky, back when she was a social worker, or maybe even her childhood?
But the letters were sent to the unsub in Roanoke. The package with the clothes came from Roanoke.
Well, it's possible that he moved to Western Virginia to be close to her. Look into all of her past relationships, professional and personal.
Copy that.
You single, Dr. Lewis?
Why do you want to know?
Just wondering if there's anybody you share everything with. Ich helfe dir, wenn du die Wahrheit sagst.
Sicher. Wenn es ausgeweist.
He's spreading the children to Kentucky. Right outside Lexington.
You found something?
Yes. I got a name. It is one of Antonia's early patients when she first started as a social worker in Kentucky, Claude Barlow.
Hey, that's a...
Twice a week.
This could be extreme transference. As a patient, he had a pathological attachment to his therapist.
You couldn't move on after she terminated the therapy.
I'm guessing Antonia encouraged the dependence.
Not only that, he has a history of dangerous behavior.
My
She
God.
could be purposely fueling that.
There's no address for Claudia's, but I can take you there. However, I do have one more request.
If you ask one more request, I might just kick you out of this place.
AKA Claude Barlow in Roanoke. Did Boy Wonder say he'd work with computers?
Yeah, it's gotta be him. I'll go check it out, see if he left any clues behind.
What have you got, Dave?
Well, you can take me straight to the new prison. I'll leave the heroics to you.
Stand by, Dave. Do you have an address in Kentucky for Claude Barlow?
The house he grew up in has changed owners twice since he left, and I have nothing for Antonia either.
Dave, do what she says.
Don't get comfortable. My clock's gonna be on you the entire time.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Al. Well, you got your wish. Where to?
Take Highway 60 and head east. This is so exciting, I feel like one of the team right now.
You shouldn't.
Shut up.
Maybe I can replace Agent Morgan.
There's a possible address for Claude Barlow. 8879 Rincon Street.
The New Days Clinic, he's not there.
They're driving in the opposite direction of that building.
She could be playing us.
Pull over me and turn around.
You better keep going. I'm telling you, he's not at the clinic. We used to take walks during our sessions. You go to the clinic, you're gonna miss saving those kids.
Maybe that's been your intention all along.
Just ahead, there's a dirt road on the right. You better take that road. If you all thought I was coming here to witness the murders, why would I be going to so much trouble to miss it?
True.
Where's it going, Audrey?
Oh God, I thought it was a gunshot. Where's the other one?
Okay, we got you.
There's no one else here.
He took Adam.
There's a trail up his back.
It's coming! Barlow, FBI, drop the weapon. Where's Antonia? Let the boy go. Put the gun down. Shut up! Where is she? Antonia!
Let me talk to him.
No, we don't want to hurt you, Claude. Let Adam go. He's dead unless I see her.
Hey, Claude. I want you you listen real carefully. I got something to tell you. But first,
It was all for you. I did everything you said.
I know.
How are we allowing this? Damn.
No man really knows about other human beings. The best he can do is to suppose that they are like himself. John Steinbeck.
Jimmy Bennett's father beat the odds and actually got off drugs. He's petitioning the court to regain full custody.
Nice.
So there's still one thing I don't understand. We know Antonia told Claude to send the clothes, which then got our attention, but why now?
Not to brag, but we are a more scintillating company than most inmates and guards.
I overheard the arrangement you made with Antonia in Germany. You promised to tell her the truth after the case was over if she helped us out. You gonna follow through?
Hell no. Look, of all the serial killer types, the ones I find most dangerous are the hyper-intelligent ones that get off more on the mind games than the killing.
Forget her. Oh boy.
Agent Hotchner.
Hello, Antonia.
Oh, this is a surprise. You here to give me a medal for helping you save those boys?
No. Claude may have kidnapped those boys on his own. You set the events of the last 2 days in motion for a reason.
And you want me to tell you what it is? You're gonna have to prove you got a little bit more going on than a fancy title and nice suits to deserve an answer.
You missed almost a year of school due to an unspecified illness. During the same year, a 15-year-old boy on a neighboring farm was killed in a hunting accident. I think these two events were related. You weren't ill, you were pregnant. And the neighbor boy was the father of your child. And he murdered your boyfriend.
Go on.
At first we profiled you as an extreme narcissist, but that's just a cover. Or your boyfriend for lacking discipline. What happened to your baby, Antonia?
I can't tell you that, but as a reward for being so clever, I will tell you this. There's a storm coming, Agent Hotchner. And you're about to be swept away.
What? Oh, God. What does that mean? So her sons are the child's like this whole evil kind of thing? I feel like I'm missing a lot of information on the other guy. I mean, I know he kidnapped two of those, but he did all that on his own? But he held them for how, like 15 years? Is that what I got out of this? With just that alone, you're looking at like a minimum of 60 years. Maximum death penalty. Like it kind of depends. Like I feel like I'm missing some details that I did not get in this episode as far as that guy, because it was so heavily focused on her. And some of the details I might have accidentally mixed up between the two. So yeah, as far as her, I mean, if she would have done this, what she did, if she would have done that during one of these episodes that we're watching, like not already in prison, like I would have given her the death penalty. So, yeah, that's where we're at. But this whole, she has an evil son, or evil child or something, or something's coming after, there's a storm coming, you know, whatever. Makes me think that makes me sink? Makes me see and makes me think. Makes me sink. Okay. It makes me think that the next episode is, I guess, obviously, because it's said to be continued, a continuation of this, but it's all going down that episode. It's the finale. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. See y'all next time.